Shalom, family. Praises be to our King, our Elohim, Yahuwah Zava'ot, his son, his Yahid, Yahusha HaMashiach, who is the King of Yasharel, right? In whom's order we are under, the order of Melchizedek, right? 100% man, 100% Yah, Yahusha HaMashiach. We salute him. We bow before him. And I just want to give some insight today on something that the Ruach had placed on me really a couple weeks ago, but today, it just came out. Ruach was like, "No, talk about this," because it's important for us to understand the idea, the Hebraic concept of what a way is, right? So a way is, well, the word way Hebraically is the Hebrew word direct, right? Dalet, Resh, Kaf. And it goes back to a journeying, a wayfaring, right? The idea of a path being traveled, right? By someone or something. Now, this way, right? This path, if you will, leads to a specific destination, right? And so, obviously, with the idea of the Hebraic letter Dalet, is a doorway, right? A door, pathway that either brings you into a house, it brings you into somewhere. It's a doorway, right? And when you walk through it, you are turned and guided, like with the Resh, right? You're guided in specific manners on this path within this doorway, right? It takes you to a specific destination eventually, right? And then the calf, obviously, covering, right? The hand of man, the covering, the top of the head. So the idea of that is literally, ruachally, what path are you taking? Because we know that the Hebrew word ruach, right, goes back to a prescribed path. So the two words, if you will, intermingle when it comes to a path or a journey that one takes based on their decisions in life. You follow me? So, saying this to say, the direct, it begins at a place. So going back to the doorway, like you enter a path, just like you enter into a house through a door. You enter into a path based off of the decisions that you make in life, right? Which are A, either influenced by Torah, the Ruach of Yahuwah, or B, influenced by your flesh, sin, the devil, right? The darkness, the dysfunctional ways or the dysfunctional influences on man. Now, what's so powerful about this word direct, right? Dalet, Resh, Kaf, is that the two-parent Hebraic letter root would actually be Resh, Het, right? So the Resh being the head, right? Head first, right? Beginning, chief, all of that. That literally combined with the Het, right? The tent wall fence of separation will literally take you back to an archery or the bending back of a bow to release and to send that arrow into a specific destination. That's what archery is, shooting arrows. Arrow has to go. It has to be pointed in a specific direction to end up in a specific direction. So I'm saying all this to say that when we make choices on this ancient path in Yahusha, right, according to Torah, we have to understand that every decision that we make influences the ultimate destination that we land in. And obviously the big picture would be either in Sheol or in the kingdom, right? Or I should say first, because the goal, right, for everybody should be to make it into the kingdom, right? But if not, it's Sheol. But keep in mind, these are conscious decisions that you're making when you're presented with counsel, when you're presented with instruction, correction, guidance. The Ruach HaKodesh giving you insight to what you should or you shouldn't do based off of your current circumstances, and let's just be honest, on a deeper level, based off of what's in your heart, right? So if you're not doing what you need to do on your end, right, to have your heart in alignment or fastened in a way that Yahuwah and his instruction, his guidance is at the seat of that lib, that he's the seat of your inner authority, then by default, the decisions that you make on the ancient path are going to lead you elsewhere if he's not. Now, if he is, ultimately, the sensitivity that you have to the Ruach HaKodesh is going to lead you in making decisions that are in line with Abba Yahuwah's path for you, his direct, his way, right? And sometimes that doesn't look like, I'm gonna just be honest, most of the time it's not gonna look like what you think it looks like, unless you've really done what you've needed to do on your end to be without the influences from within your own heart that are contrary to Abba Yahuwah's word. So I'm saying this to say, even decisions like, what job should I take? Where should I move? Right? Who should I be spending my time with? What should I be spending my time doing? Right? Who should I be talking to? Right? All of these are obviously major decisions that one has to make. But if there's any other influence, I'm telling you, the decision that you're going to make is going to lead you outside of the path. So we have to be mindful of the paths that we are choosing based off of conscious decisions when we are presented with ways that Abba Yahuwah is leading us in as he's speaking to us. And I know this has been coming out in a lot of the words lately, but I'm going to just say it again because I'm feeling led in the Ruach to address it. But man, people not hearing from Yahuwah how they should, because they're not dedicated to the first instructions that he's given them as they should have been. And I ain't necessarily talking about just keeping Torah. I'm literally talking about having a fear and a reverence for the wrath of Abba Yahuwah that allows you to take him more serious and really engage him more than we have been. Because by not doing that, you're not being able to really silence your mind to be able to really hear what Abba Yahuwah is saying, right? First and foremost, through his word, right? Through the words that he's speaking through his sent ones. And then after that, what you're able to glean from that. See, that's one of the reasons why people not able to walk in word of knowledge or word of wisdom, is because their own voices are speaking, right? Their flesh is speaking louder than the Ruach is able to get to them, because they're hearing their own minds. They're not hearing Yahuwah, right? They're hearing themselves talk. They're hearing their own voices. They're hearing their own influences. Why? Because again, steps have been skipped. Things that Abba Yahuwah told you to do months ago, you ain't do. So because of that, you're still struggling with these voices, right? You're still having trouble discerning Yah's voice from your voice. So it's affecting your ability to decipher him leading you on the way. Gotta silence the voice. Gotta silence the voices in your head. Gotta silence your own voice, right? You have to. Because ultimately, I'm telling you, every step, every decision on this path is a major influence on whether you reach the final perfect destination that Abba Yahuwah has for you, right? So again, you know, you bending back an arrow to shoot this bow. Where is this bow headed? And one of the major words that's been heavily and will always be heavily a part of this fold, this mishpaka, this order, is focus on Yahusha. He's the goal. He's the mark. He's the target. He is where we are aiming. Becoming him is where this direct leads to. So with all that being said, I pray that we are able to really just go back to what he's already spoken. Stop trying to hear what Yahuwah is saying tomorrow and what has he already said that I haven't applied that I should apply now. And I'm telling you, you'll start to see growth, you'll start to see change, and you'll start to perceive more on this ancient path and see where it's leading you, right? So again, just food for thought regarding this word direct and ultimately what it means. What are we aiming? Where some of us don't even know where we aiming. We just shooting. We just shooting. We don't know. We just shooting, right? We just trying to survive, and we're not trying to aim. We're not aiming at the mark, the Aleph and the Tav, Yahushua HaMashiach. And he is the direct. He is the way. That's why he literally told you, I'm the way, I'm the truth, I'm the light. Aim for me. Hallelujah. So, all things to Yahuwah, Mashahav and Shalom. Pray that blesses your Ruach. Meditate on that, and we'll talk to you soon. Shalom.